Okay guys, so this marks a year for me, well a little over a year. So those of you who have watched our story, I actually took these pictures in March of last year. This was me. When I took these pictures, I actually quit for a little bit, and Kevin and Colby, our youngest son, kept on, and I was so disgusted, I just quit and give up. And so this was Kevin when he started. I know, most people say, oh, I didn't know he was fat. And that's the thing, we didn't realize we were that big either. And this was us before our journey. So, just so you know, if you start now, you could be here next year. So what happened is I seen a picture of myself on July the 4th after I had quit and tried a few things. I lost a few pounds, 5 or 10 pounds, and I just give up. And then when I seen the picture of us tie-dyeing shirts last year, I was like, oh, something has got to happen here. I can't do it. So, you know, I'm just going to kind of go over what I did when I first started. First I did a cleanse, and I started out with a good cleanse. Sharon has a great one. Sharon was not making them at that time, and so I took a different one. It was a full body cleanse. It was really tough on my body, but Sharon's it's been way better for me, so that's a really good one to go to. Of course, we take our primer every day that we fast, and at first I actually did a 10-day where I fasted those 10 days. Now, I'm not saying I went without food. What I'm saying is I did 10 days of fasting until the 16-hour fast.
Yeah, and there's different ways of doing that, but for someone who, let's say you were a previous dieter, and we're already people reporting back with this, previous dieters, previous exercisers, people who have pretty much dieted their whole life and struggle with this, they takes them about what, a good 2 weeks to
if
reel
you
for
have
the
been
body.
a previous dieter, if you are currently dieting and you're switching to intermittent fasting, it's going to take you 2 weeks to really see results. But once your body realizes what you're doing, it's almost like your fat just starts melting off. It's like you just go to your natural weight, like you just shred weight, like and you can get different things in there. So anyways, let's go back to what I did. So I did not listen to Kevin at first because I was programmed, no carbs, you can't eat at night, don't eat at night. And I was wrong. And it's hard to admit when you're wrong. You know, here I am, a fat person, I'm a heavy fat person, thinking that I know what I'm talking about because I'd lost 20 or 30 pounds before. And here's the thing, most people know how to lose weight. That's not the issue. It's keeping it off, or it's finding a lifestyle that fits around you. And here's what we found. Everybody lives for food. And we're just learning to plan food around our life instead of planning our life around food.
Right.
So at first, when I didn't listen to Kevin, I was doing my heavy carb meal at first. When I would break fast, I would eat about 1 o'clock, and then I would eat, what was I eating at first? I can't even remember. I was going low carb. I did the 10 days low carb, so I would have a salad with chicken. And I don't know if you've watched our other videos, but guys, here's one of the key things is making your own dressing. There's so much sugar and things in dressings that you're not going to lose weight eating salads if you don't make your own dressings and make them a little bit healthier. So I did low to no carbs. How many carbs a day was I doing? Like
No more than 30.
Okay, so I kept my carbs to about 30 a day. Kevin was my monitor. You know, of course, I about drove him nuts asking him stuff. So when you guys are messaging me, it don't bother me at all. I'm thankful. I'm not the dumbest person in the world when it comes to knowing anything. Like, I didn't know what a carb was. I didn't know anything when I started dieting, like, until I met you.
A lot of people don't. You know, no one's really trained to know, you know, what foods are and stuff. And that's all we really did was educate. I took years to educate myself on things. There's plenty of, you know, misinformative information out there, but there's several good information out there if you just go out there and seek it. And knowing and having knowledge and doing this and knowing about your body and listening to your body, because your body is not like my body, or may not be like Wendy's body. Everybody's different, and that's what we loved about what we did, because all 4 of us in our family want to do different things and had different goals in mind, but we were able to do it through doing this.
That's the only thing we really all had in common was intermittent fasting. So anyways, I did the low carbs for 10 days, and I maybe lost 10 or 15 pounds. Nobody noticed at this point that I had lost any weight. And so then after my 10 days, he was like, Wendy, you have to eat. And that's what it was hard for me to understand, because everything I ate, I thought about it. Every meal I ate, I thought about it. Everything I put in my mouth, I thought about it. Like, food was such a stress thing for me. Like, I couldn't have a cheat day because I didn't enjoy it, because I was stressed out. Oh, I'm gonna gain 5 pounds if I eat. And that's not true with intermittent fasting. So when I started out, and I was losing about 10 pounds a month, and before, when I lost hang on, let me start over. Let me go back. So I did my 10 days, and I lost about 10 to 15 pounds maybe in those 10 days. Maybe 18, because it was a pretty big drop. Well, after that, then I would eat my first carb meal for lunch, and then for dinner, I would have a salad or something skimpy, and I would go to bed hungry. And so that's when I started eating the cereal. I started eating high fiber cereal. And so that helped a lot when I added more food into my diet. I actually started losing a little bit, because at that point I was losing maybe 1 to 3 pounds a week. And then, and you know, when you're bigger, you're going to lose it a lot quicker.
Yes.
And so he kept saying, Wendy, you're going to have to eat, you're going to have to eat, you're going to have to eat. And I'm thinking, I can't eat. I'm losing weight. I'm losing 1 to 3 pounds a week. That's great. I'm going to stay where I'm at. And so finally he was like, Wendy, you just try it. And of course, here comes Thanksgiving. And so I was like, okay. So I finally gave in, and I started doing low carb at lunch. So I'd eat a salad with tuna or chicken. And this is where I got my best results. So I would eat a salad, or Cracker Barrel is my favorite. I would go get grilled chicken, double turnip greens.
Yes.
Sometimes I get grilled chicken, turnip greens, and pinto beans, but usually I like the turnip greens.
Hold the cornbread.
Yeah, hold the cornbread.
That's my favorite for lunch.
Hold the cornbread for lunch. And then for dinner, I would basically eat whatever I wanted, except for I just kept my portions small. So if I wanted spaghetti and rolls, I would have rolls, and I would always just add something green in there. If I wanted meatloaf and green beans and mashed potatoes, I would make it. I just wouldn't pig out. I would never let myself get overstuffed. And then I would also eat, before I'd go to bed, I always try to eat something high fiber. My favorite is Raisin Bran Crunch, shredded mini wheats. Sometimes if I'm having a really sweet craving, I would take Cocoa Pebbles and pour them on top of my Raisin Bran Crunch, and that way you get the fiber in that. And then lots of times I would eat broccoli with our homemade dressing, because you can have it whenever you want. After you break your fast, the dressing's good. If you make it yourself, there's no extra sugar. Guys, I didn't give up. I have real butter. I eat real mayonnaise. I don't eat anything low fat. I don't eat anything fat free.
No vegetable oils.
Yeah, I don't. We got rid of all vegetable oils, and we only use pure oils. Coconut oil. You can use MTC oil, olive oil. We use grapeseed oil. Yeah. Avocado oil.
Yeah, butter, real butter.
Real butter, no margarine. Get rid of the margarine. Get rid of I can't believe it's not butter.
Butter's good.
Got rid of yogurt. Yogurt's not good for you either. Let's see. So that's kind of how my day goes. And then, I always exercise fasted. And you know, that was probably one of the hardest things for me, is to exercise with no food, because you feel like you're not going to make it. But guys, that's where you burn that stored fat. That fat that's been holding on, you know, around your neck, on your butt, girls, you know, and the hips and butt, your legs. That's been holding on. That fasted exercising is what's going to get rid of that.
Yeah, that's a lot of, I know what some people say, no, I got to have food, I got to what. Guys, if your goal is fat loss, is for fat loss, then fasted exercise the way. I've watched it happen in my family. I've watched it happen with 4 different people with 4 different body types and metabolism. So it works, and it works for me, and it works for Wendy. So I'm just telling you, fasted, your body, it absolutely grabs a hold of the stored energy on there. There's different people who have different views on that. But I'm just saying, for fasted workouts, there's so many hormonal responsive benefits you get. And that's one of the biggest keys to this intermittent fasting. And you're not just losing weight, you're doing a whole just benefit of health benefits for you. Your body is getting rest from digesting food all the time, so it's getting to go around and do the other things it needed to do, like heal up some joints, heal up some things and some injuries that you didn't have. You're releasing human growth hormone. People pay $1,500 a month to be injected with this stuff. Your body naturally produces it, and when you intermittent fast, it absolutely raises human growth hormone through the roof.
Listen to him. I'm telling
It
you,
works.
I watched it happen, and it was hard for me to listen to him. So, that's what everybody's been asking for. So everybody's been asking me for like a day in my life. So there you go. We are going to plan to do like a video day in our life. I don't know if we can do a day in our life because of our job, but maybe we're going to do a picture video so you can kind of see what we do. But I will share all my tips and stuff with you of what I'm doing, and we're going to have more videos coming out. They're not going to be edited because we're just trying to get this information out for you to show you what our family did, and hopefully it can help you. But always remember that you need to check with your doctor before you start anything, any kind of exercise program, any kind of diet program. Check with your doctor and be sure that's okay. So, can you finish us out with a tip? Like, what do you think one of the main things somebody can do to get started with intermittent fasting?
I encourage you, just don't look at it as fasting for so long. A lot of people just don't understand. Look, when you're waking up, you're just waiting to break your fast. So if maybe one day, if you didn't get to hold off as long and you're like, oh gosh, I couldn't wait that long, I broke my fast. I encourage you to try to do it an extra hour the next day until you can reach those 16 hours or reach the amount of fast hours that you're trying to achieve. So always, last tip, always celebrate the small things. Celebrate the small steps that you're taking, and you're going to have big goals, or you're going to achieve big things. So.
And don't forget about your water, because you got to remember, when you're intermittent fasting, you're detoxing, so you need that water to flush out.
Yes.
Fat has lots of toxins in it, so you got to flush them out. If there's anything you want me to do a video or Kevin specifically on, guys, let me know, and we will. We're going to try to get more videos out so we can get information out.
Let us know. We'll be
Thanks
glad to
for
help.
watching. Please subscribe to our channel so that we can better help you, and hopefully we're going to have a challenge coming soon that we're really, really excited about.